What is your future plans for launch control?
So for launch control, we just don't want to stick to BIC, to be very honest.
Okay.
We'll take it around the country. We have a
Okay.
lot of things in the pipeline. For example, we want to do nat tracks.
Okay.
We want to do, there is a secret track coming up very soon. Hopefully 16th of December, people will get to see it. It's very secretive. It's somebody very big in the country who's been in the motorsports, and his track is coming up.
And which part of the country is this?
It's going to be South India, south part of India. Yeah. So, and it's a bi-directional.
That's a healthy
track.
sign.
Yeah. So that is there. And also, I'll tell you, to be very honest, people from the south, for them, it's too far to get the cars to BIC. Like, I have friends in Kerala. I have friends in like.
I mean, I have a strong
Chennai.
feeling if something happens in South India like this, sky is the limit. I mean,
yes, because
yeah,
and
the kind of support you will be getting from the
local enthusiasts and everybody.
Not just enthusiasts, but even the organizers or the location where you're holding the event, you'll get all the kind of support.
All kinds of, because we also want to make sure, like with right now with me, if we talk about nat tracks, one concern is medical support. They don't have an in-house medical hospital there. Okay. So for that, I'll have to put at least like 5 biggest ambulances possible, where they can treat any kind of incident. Because, for example, if we talk about nat tracks, going around that,
if required an airlift facility.
Oh yes, we will. Yes, we will have to do that. And also, since it's very far from the city, so we have been talking to a few companies who are into like chopper services and like helicopters. So also, not just that, we want to do like a concierge service. We want to make people feel it's not India anymore. Like when you even come for launch control to BIC, all my boys tell me that we don't feel we are in India.
Or I think we should say that it's not the India it used to be.
Yeah, the India it used to be, and also the kind of atmosphere we create.
Absolutely.
We make it feel it's like a global standard event.
Nat tracks doesn't have a medical facility, man.
No, it doesn't have one. It doesn't have one because it's a testing track. It's anyway not meant to be used for events.
But even when you're testing track, I mean, they've built such a high-speed circuit. I mean, it's a huge thing, which basically it's for high-speed testing.
It's like maybe like 5.3, 5.4 kilometers.
I mean, it's basically for high-speed testing. So I thought they might be having some kind of an emergency mechanism.
See, I've been on the nat tracks once with AMG for the Emotion Tour, and we did like, I did 318 on the new E63S on the oval. And apart from that,
how cool now you're doing this 318.
No, because the GT63S did more. It did 321.
Okay.
I didn't get to get my hands on it. There was some issue with the car post that run.
Pardon my language, but you still need a not even a pair, but a jar of balls.
No, but to be very honest, you don't even feel that speed on the track. It feels like you're driving at 150. At 300, you can just leave the steering. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing is gonna happen.
I recommend people don't do that.
No, nobody should do it. But that track is so built in a way that nothing happens. Like even so, it's a different feeling when you get onto the curve, because that's the fastest lane.
Yeah,
the outside lane is the fastest lane, right? And then when you feel that lift, when you like have the car like,
and throughout the turn, I think because of how the way it's designed, it's just sticking to the ground.
Yeah, you never feel that you're out of control.
And I don't think you have to turn the steering because of the angle at which the track is tilted. Yeah, you have to keep it straight.
Just keep it straight. Sometimes you need to give it a little input to just enter to that lane. That's it.
That's all.
After that, it's like flat out. It's like mad. But for that also, we again being launch control, we would want to do like a pre-run checkup, and not just by us. Like I took inspiration from Lamborghini. Like what they do for Giro and Bull Run is they do like a pre-inspection run to the workshop. So I want to maybe just run like 50 top cars or 35 cars from the country, which will do above 300 or maybe like 280, because we will have very limited time, right?
Yeah.
And also, we only want to do it for the fast cars on those high speed track,
right?
Because those are the cars which are meant to do that. Other cars are anyway locked. They'll get stopped at 200, maybe like 180. So there's no point. Maybe at 250. They're all locked these days. So, but the supercars and sports cars are not locked. You can still go above 300. You can still do 300.
Yeah.
It gives you a top speed of like 202 miles per hour, which is like 330 or something. So you can get to those speeds. That's only when you will have fun, or with fast cars. But for that, I want to do like a pre-event inspection. They will have to send their cars to the dealership. I will have to get an report done, and then only I'll be able to allow them on the high-speed track, because for us, safety is main priority.
In terms of facility or making it a much better experience, do you have something more that you wish to add in the entire offering of launch control?
For sure, because since now we'll get to be on the nat tracks, then we'll do half-mile runs. We want to take it to the next level. We will never stop here. We always want to take it to the next level, but in a safer environment. We know we can still manage to do like a half-mile run on the booth, on the back straight, but it will not be validated because it has that slope. We want to validate also things for people.
Of course.
Right? They are putting so much money, effort, building their cars, and they don't get anything out of it. And recently, like, we also started giving out, like, now, like, from Launch Control 6, we even gave them like trophies this time. Because that will push them even further. And not just that, not just any trophy. We've given them something which they will cherish their entire life, and they'll put it in a place where it will always shine. Because even when we talk about trophies, fortunately, luckily, we had a friend who's been doing trophies for IPL for the past 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So he was very kind enough to like be a part of Launch Control and do that for our winners. So it's like a silver plated trophy, it's a gold plated trophy. It's not any trophy.
Nice.
It is not just any trophy that you would just throw on the side and okay, I've done like 10 autocross events, it's the same trophy. It's a plastic trophy, it's out like 300 rupees, 400 rupees. If you, once you hold it, you should feel it.
Feel something,
that I've achieved something, not just like a plastic trophy which I can like buy from like any of the old markets in Old Delhi and like put them in my house. And so it should always be special. Whatever we want to do something very special for our people.
Of course.
Because, and also we never want to like rip on them. We always want to give them the best experience in the cheapest price possible.
Right.
So that is one thing.
And I think considering the fact that you just mentioned 2 minutes ago about half mile, from even the performance point of view, I think considering the power figures that cars of today have and the performance figures that the cars of today are currently having, I think half mile makes way more sense, because it will be so many times that quarter mile के बाद तो actually जो बंदा पीछे है उसकी pace pick up करना शुरू होती है.
And these cars are all these Ferraris and
for example your car.
McLarens. Yeah, I just run. Because I have all-wheel drive system, I can just like fuck off from the start go, right? And then it's a chase for them.
Yeah.
And by the time they want to chase me or they're getting closer, the race is done, right? So I've like bullied a lot of these guys, and now I want to give them that space and time to shine.
Absolutely.
That please now, because I know like all the A12s or the F12s or like a Huracan, all these cars get alive above 200 kilometers an hour. That's when the aero kicks in. That's where the 5.2 liter will kick in, or the 6.5 on a Ferrari. So things like that.
Correct.
And of course also they don't.
And let me guess, quarter mile में तो top out क्या speed जाती होगी? 240?
No, 240 is too much. Like for my car wouldn't hit 240. Even being
quarter mile में तो कहाँ से?
It's like only 402 meters. So I think the maximum speed we've ever seen on a quarter mile was by the SF90. I think it did somewhere around 256, which is very fast.
The moment you do half mile, I'm sure you would have already considered, because you're doing events, safety standards completely go to another level.
100%. 100%. Because that is why we are doing it at an arena where you will have at least 50 feet wide road.
Yeah.
That even if you spin out or anything, you are safe.
That's more like a runway.
It's like even wider than a runway. Like a single runway compared to that, our thing will be more wider than that. That's what our goal is. Because, and also luckily that by AMG when I was invited, so I went and saw all the different parts of nat tracks.
Yeah.
And we will not just stop at half mile. We'll do a drift event. We'll do a gymkhana. We'll do like and you know what I want to do? I want to do gymkhana for like GT cars, like the GT3 Porsches, for all these fast cars. Like,
what exactly is a gymkhana? Can you explain?
Yeah, gymkhana and slalom is like a tight track. It's not like when you run on the booth, it's like a 5.1 kilometer track now. Earlier it was 5.4. So now in Gymkhana, it's like you test the ability and handling of the track.
Is it something like
it's like a slalom
Lakshya is doing with BND?
Yeah, that's what he does, right?
Okay.
We do that as an addition, and we don't charge for
Understood.
it, and we don't charge for any
Of
of it,
course. Yeah.
because for us that is an addition. Once it will grow, maybe we'll have to like add some monetary thing to it, because we will want to add another experience to it. We would want to maybe take it to the main track.